You good? All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Flat Tire Pod. Episode We All Hate Ourselves and Do Not Want to Do This. Fuck Ty Gibbs. Um, yeah. Joe,
Oh, wow.
when you upload this episode to the platforms this week, just
I'm
just
gonna title it "We Love Ty Gibbs." That way, when if he sees it, he's like, "Oh, they love me," and he clicks on it.
We also hate Drake May.
yeah, fuck you, Drake May. Um, well, I guess Case, I'm gonna give the reins to you. Do our quick recap and then all the other fun
Sounds
stuff.
good. I'll do some trucks recap, or at least recap. This should have been titled "We Hate Ourselves" and the Smiling Friends Memorial
Oh yeah.
episode.
Well, we should have done what we just did at the pod. Honestly, I'm down to do that. We can talk about
Just
Smiling.
do that on the pod instead of talking about races. Well,
All-time favorite Adult Swim shows go.
Aqua
we
Teen
got
Hunger
top three
Force.
then, Chris.
The Brack
Top three
Show.
for later then.
All
Well,
right.
our trucks recap. The trucks race. I think it had a lot of intrigue going into it with 7 Cup guys in Corey Heim, and all the Cup guys didn't really do much for most of the race.
Okay, so I got a question. Where did
Yes.
Carson Hocevar finish?
Uh, Somewhere between 8th and 10th, I'm guessing, in this race. 7th to
I
10th.
thought he
I have
had,
no
but I
idea.
thought he was Mr. Potential Man.
Yeah, him and Kyle Busch basically had the inability to pass anybody.
Hmm.
Wherever they came out of the pits is where they sat.
When they can't pass, it's the truck's fault.
So the next greatest NASCAR driver can't even beat today's version of Kyle Busch. Hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't a great showing out of either of them. There's only one Cup guy who really had a decent showing, I'd say, of the again 7 or 8. I guess you could say Suarez had an okay showing considering he started 34th or 36th or whatever, and then ended up 15th or 16th, considering the rest of the trucks couldn't pass for Spire. So not terrible out of him, but I think going into this, more people expected a lot of the, Cup drivers to come down and actually do something, and none of them really had any speed whatsoever, outside of one of them, unfortunately. And I wouldn't even say he had speed as much as he just kind of willed his way there.
So he got lucky by
Yeah, he got lucky because the main thing that happened in the race. So I'd say there was like 3 to 4 trucks that were actually good. Eckes, Ben Rhodes was probably and arguably the best one, I think.
at certain
He had
points.
he had by far the best ability to move around the track. And I don't know if you saw why he wasn't up there towards until like the very, very end. Um, Thanks to some pit strategy.
Yeah.
Um,
Fucking Chris Gale on top of the box ass call.
yeah. And then we
There we go.
had who else? Lane Riggs was pretty fast, and then Honeycutt was pretty fast too. And then Heim was good too. But I'd say the gist of the race was Eckes with Riggs, Honeycutt, Heim, mainly Honeycutt, and Riggs kind of chasing him down.
Then Rhodes.
That goes on for a while, and then go through some pit stops. We're in, was it mid-second stage probably, Chris? Late second stage. I don't know if you watched that much.
I did. I watched the whole race. I just kind of got so
Okay.
pissed off by the end of it. I tried to push it out of my brain.
You wiped it
So
out.
we get like late second stage. Eckes and Heim were kind of, there was a lot of restarts at this point in time. They're kind of going back and forth a little bit. Heim had kind of used up Eckes a few times earlier. Heim's strategy to pass people was basically just drive it in as deep into the corner as you can and push the other car out of the way, which seemed to be pissing off a few drivers the way they were racing around him. But you know what happened again? Eckes got the better restart. On the high side, he goes into 1 and 2. Heim pushes him up the track. Coming out of 1 and 2, Heim has him mostly cleared, but not fully. And they won't admit it, just especially because of the angle it was. But I have a hard time believing that wasn't intentional, at
That
least
was
semi-intentional there.
1,000% intentional. 1,000.
Um, Eckes dumps Heim, which collects Honeycutt and Riggs mainly. I think there's another truck or two that were in there. Only Heim's truck is destroyed, but I mean, Honeycutt and Riggs were no factor whatsoever after that.
It completely put Riggs out of it. He was going laps
Was
down
it?
at the end of.
Yeah, okay, that's right. I say because he was. I didn't think he went to the garage, but he was out of it for all just of the reason basically. Um, After that, it was basically just kind of Eckes and Bell going back and forth with Chandler Smith, I think it was. Ben Rhodes was probably by far the fastest truck left in the field, but due to one of the worst pit calls since literally the week before, I guess. Um, his truck, which he was by far the fastest up top, I think, too. But
Yeah,
he got put back in, 20th, 22nd, something like that, and had to work his way back up in a pretty short stage. I think the stages were like 60, 80 laps, something like that. So not enough time at Bristol, really, especially considering that. Oh, there's one more thing. So at this point in time, also there was a lot of strategy going on, and the top couple. I think Bell was like in third at this point. He never really actually drove his way up there. He just kind of lucked his way up there, as Chris said earlier. But was it Chandler Smith and Kyle Busch?
uh, I know it was definitely Kyle Busch.
I know he was up there. I don't remember who else was up there with him. I think it was Chandler Smith.
I think you're right.
Um, Bush was good enough on his launches, being a veteran driver, and his truck I think was solid enough. He kind of saw with Hocevar too when he would get up to like third, fourth, fifth, he could kind of run up there with people a little better. So Bush's truck looking solid, had a good pits call I think with the crew chief there. They were going to be short on gas, but due to the fact there's like 8 billion cautions between 90 and 75 to go, I think there was literally like 2 green flag laps, something like that. It was caution central. Um, Kyle Busch is trying to save fuel, but does not get the truck reignited in time and falls from like first to eighth, which is around where he finished, I think, on the restart, before the restart even. I should say not even on the restart.
It was
Due to the truck not firing. It was the pinnacle of Kyle Busch since about 2023.
Yeah, and I'm gonna kind of just go ahead and get this out now. Maybe we can talk on this a little bit more. Bristol, in its current form, I know this has been a drum that's been pounded since they've put concrete on the track and changed it up. Um, it is just kind of unfortunate, especially with like trucks and cup cars, especially.
It sucked for all 3 races, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
the only redeeming quality is O'Reilly's can put on a good race there, but
I think though Riley's ending was semi good, but I think there's 2 big problems. Chris, sorry not to cut you off here.
you're fun. Good.
One, it's unfortunate because growing up, this was my favorite track because I was just kind of good at it in NASCAR games, and I think we all just kind of gravitate. For those of us that played NASCAR games growing up, we gravitate towards the tracks we were actually good at that put on solid racing, and Bristol used to put on pretty good racing. So that's one, but the second thing I think is the tires this weekend.
That's yeah, yeah.
Um,
That was
I,
my next point.
I'll give Goodyear a little credit. They were trying something new, at least for the Cup Series, I know. It didn't really work out. I don't think any tire really would have worked out that they've used in the past there because it was so warm. At least, again, in the Cup Series, I don't really know what they did for, and it's not really covered in near detail for Xfinity trucks. But in all 3 series, we saw driver on worse tires hold off drivers on better tires.
Yeah, and I did like when we get to the cup side of this, I want to go on this a little bit more, but just focusing on like O'Reilly's and trucks.
Mm-hmm.
I know typically they bring a harder tire for those series. I assume just for the fact of probably cheaper in the long run because you're not blowing more tires, not having more failures, probably kind of a cost thing. I don't know. I'm just taking a shot at the dark. I could be completely wrong here. But I think at Rockingham it hurt the racing. At Bristol it hurt the racing. Kyle Busch should have not been able to hold the lead for as long as he did, even on those like restarts, like I know they're putting cycles on the tires, but that was still a bit insane. But I mean that's pretty much it.
You can say, Chris, the same with Bell though. I mean, when Bell pit, he only put 2 on.
Yeah.
Versus other people had 4 not that far behind him.
Yeah.
And we can kind of skip over most of the O'Reilly's race. For the most part, it was the Kyle Larson annual Bristol O'Reilly's Xfinity race at Bristol until the very end when they put on 4 tires. They put on 4 tires with, 15, 20 to go, whatever it was, and some cars stay out or take 2 tires, including Brent Cruz, who I think took 2, if I'm not mistaken, and Zillage, who stayed out. And Larson wasn't faster than the other two. In a good world, in a normal world, I think, for this, he blows by Connor pretty fast, being, his experience and how good he is at this track. But when he's not able to do anything.
Another thing is the track itself. I mean, when the PJ1 wears out and they all have to migrate up the track, it is just, I mean, I know it's a fucking video game versus real actual racing. It's night and day. It's barely comparable, but like, we know when we've ran at Bristol on NASCAR 25, when you are running about the same speed as the car in front of you, it is almost impossible to pass them on the inside, even if you're a little bit faster, because you just get so much better of a run on the outside. And I don't think that changes from the video game to real life. And I think super hard tires and just how the track is now really creates this formula for pretty lackluster racing, which, again, we'll get into more of this, but it's really unfortunate for, like you said, Cason, was your favorite track growing up. And when I talk to someone who is getting into NASCAR, or if it's one of my buddies I'm trying to get into NASCAR, I'm like, you got to go to Bristol. Bristol's the best racetrack you could ever go to. But I don't know. You can only go there once or twice and like enjoy the spectacle of the actual like racetrack itself and how just insane it is. For probably one or two times with a shitty race like we had this weekend. But
I would honestly argue that it's on Phoenix level at this point. I think the in-person experience is better, but like the racing wise, like even like compared to Martinsville was night and day better than this was.
I mean,
Martinsville was not a good race in my opinion. Like it was an okay race, but it wasn't like it was better, but it's still not good. And this was abysmally worse than that in all 3 series, really.
Honestly, I think that's really spot on considering. I mean, Phoenix. From everything I've heard, everyone who goes to Phoenix loves it. It's a really cool track, really cool venue, but
Bomber.
the on-track product fucking sucks there, and that's kind of how it's gotten with Bristol. The only thing saving Bristol is it has had this reputation of being one of the most exciting tracks in NASCAR, and now it's not living up to that. And
I mean,
it's
good attendance this weekend.
Yeah,
in general, the spring race, the last 5 years, really 5, 6, 7 years. But I mean, this weekend it was pretty noticeable. Chris is behind the times. But yeah, I mean, attendance is atrocious. It seemed like to me, looking at it,
they're gonna lose a cup date.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if you're NASCAR and you're looking at this in 2-3 years with your TV partners, and whoever else gets in the schedule, stuff like that, and you're thinking to yourself, we're probably not making that much money by going here.
Well, I'll tell you, I think it's okay for now, but
that's what I mean. Like a couple of years down the line, if they're not making money there, and who owns Bristol? Is it NASCAR or is it?
It's Speedway Butters. The one thing that could really put the nail in the Bristol coffin is I think Wilkesboro getting a race hurts them. I mean, I hate saying this because I'm a true believer that these, like, Wilkesboro deserves a date, Martinsville deserves 2 dates, Bristol deserves 2 dates, Rockingham deserves a date, Charlotte deserves 2 dates. But that's 5 tracks all within 2.5 hours of Charlotte. So it's hard to justify that, but my point being is if they are able to get the fairgrounds to host racing again, that's going to be it for Bristol's second date, I think, because they're not going to stop racing at Nashville Superspeedway. That track seems to have really good attendance, makes a good bit of money. If they can bring the fairgrounds in and kind of, hopefully it gets packed out, kind of like it was for the Cars Tour race last weekend, yeah, you can say goodbye to Bristol having a second date, which sucks.
So, Chris, SMI has races at all their racetracks except for one, and technically two if we're counting it now. The ones that they own.
Okay.
So the one I guess that kind of counts isn't Dover.
God, they own that
That's one
now.
of their tracks.
They own that?
Yeah,
Oh, they
I
do,
just looked
yeah.
online.
Yeah.
So there's two tracks that they own that, I mean, and if Dover's getting cut from the All Star race say next year, and it comes down to it in a couple of years, do they choose a date up there that, again, racing isn't great there either, but I mean, attendance seems to be better than it is at this Bristol Spring date.
I
There's one more track they own, Chris, that's not on the NASCAR schedule.
What is it? That's
Someone
Kentucky.
might have called it the new Daytona a
It is
long time
Kentucky.
ago. It is Kentucky.
I I hate to say this. Either do a I think Kentucky's got a bunch of logistical problems that's going to prevent it from being successful. So when I say this, I mean Texas. You got to either turn Texas or Kentucky into a Atlanta style track if you want one of those to be successful. I think Texas just kind of is the prime candidate because they're in such a good market. But Kentucky, mm,
I think Texas would arguably be a better Atlanta almost.
I think. I mean, I guess it just depends on
The,
how they build it. But
yeah, the only thing that would concern me a little is that coming out of 3 and 4.
we figure probably everything would get.
Yeah,
I mean, there's still a tunnel there, but
yeah. But no, I say arguably the way I think it's set up and runs as a track, I think would work really well with running it like in Atlanta. If they're gonna do it to another track, I would say that's by far the best one to do it to. And honestly, I would have preferred they do that there instead of actual Atlanta.
I would agree. I do
Just
really
because the
enjoy.
racing's never been great at Texas, I feel like. I mean, it's solid. It just don't. There's very few races I think outside of maybe the early 2000s that have memorable finishes, memorable anything going on at Texas.
Elliott Sadler.
No one remembers that.
ACKN fans do.
Um, but yeah, no, I feel like that would have been the perfect track to do it to, just because. What are you gonna? I mean, they could really get a lot more attendance there too. Just how big that attendance and everything is there too. Video board
Yeah,
and everything they put into that track.
but I guess to go back to scheduling talk.
Bristol sucks.
Yeah,
Bristol's terrible
Bristol.
now.
It's in trouble.
Fall Bristol is typically does a little better, but still not that much better
I
in terms of like watchability. Usually just the temp wise, it's helped a little, but it's not great. I know the attendance seems to be better in the fall too. People they say, but
Well, that's the crown jewel race. So
yeah, I would say that's the one that's not gonna get taken away. But this spring one, I'm gonna be surprised if it's still here in 2030 at the rate it's going.
yeah. Well, fuck. Is NASCAR going to be here in 2030 at the rate it's going? You guys,
Well, we'll get to that here soon. There might be one series that's still here in 2030.
it'll be the one where I guess you already covered it. So
Oh well, we'll get to the numbers here. Lastly, Cup race for the first two stages. It was the Ryan Blaney and Kyle Larson Invitational, and I'd say for a solid chunk of stage 3, it was still the Ryan Blaney Kyle Larson Invitational.
can I, real quick? Sorry.
Yeah.
I know we just said the racing sucked at Bristol.
Uh huh.
I know there wasn't a lot of tire fall off. I thought the new package helped Bristol leaps and bounds, but still it sucked. That's odd. It seemed like it was a lot easier for them to pass and make moves, and then that the bottom lanes started fucking sucking because the PJ won. But that's all I want to say. It was a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I don't have much to say on this race outside of ending. Ty Gibbs kind of came on later in the race. Looked like he was going to be contender. Didn't really take him seriously because I didn't think he really have enough to catch up with Larson Blaney, especially late when Blaney was kind of pulling away. He started to catch up a little bit with the lap traffic, but he just didn't really seem to have it in to really catch Blaney. He could get kind of close. Blaney by far the best car. He's putting up a really good year, probably a career year for him, even if he doesn't win the championship. I mean, numbers wise, this is by far his best start to the season, by far the most consistent he's looked. I think, honestly, I'd say he doesn't show it in points yet because he's been crashed so many times by like I don't know other people. But I mean, Cindric's probably having his best season too. In terms of he actually looks like he belongs as an upper echelon cup driver. And we'll get to points here in a second. And Cindric's kind of almost pulled himself back into that. Well, he has pulled him back into playoff talk. Almost pulled him back into a playoff spot now.
What?
Not playoffs, chase.
Thank you.
But Blaney looked really good all race. We get a late caution. Larson and Blaney play dumbassery. Then we get another caution. Blaney has a chance. He just can't complete the pass on the bottom. We just talked about how the high side's so much better, even with the tires that Blaney had, even though Blaney's car was so much better on the bottom. Any opinions on Blaney not using the bumper at all here when he had a lot of opportunity to?
For Gibbs?
Yes.
I'd like to back up real quick. Actually, no, I'll answer your question. I get Blaney not using the bumper and whatnot, like racing respectful and all that shit. Problem I have with it is it's Bristol. You gotta, I don't know, he could have been a little bit more aggressive. I'm not gonna sit here and shit on someone for racing clean, but if the numbers were blacked out, I didn't know who was in either car, I'd say it's fair. So that's what I'm gonna go with. Now, if I put my emotion into it, Ryan Blaney's a fucking pussy for not stuffing that nepo baby bitch in the wall. But so there are two wolves inside of me, essentially, Cason.
Yeah, I think it was fair, but I also think if the roles were reversed, Gibbs is using the bumper. And I think if a certain car from third was the one on the inside lane there, he wasn't going to use the bumper. He was going to use the whole car to make the turn.
That's why when that restart happened and I saw Hocevar up there, I'm like, dude, Hocevar, get a launch, because I knew it was going to be a damn drag out between those two. Then I could have stomached it a little bit more if Hocevar would have like tried to junk his shit, then wrecked himself, and then Gibbs won. I'm like, okay, yeah, like, fuck Ty Gibbs.
That, or I guess I was referring to Larson too. Larson used his whole car to turn in turns 3 and 4 there.
Yeah,
his whole car meant using Ty Gibbs' whole car because
well,
we didn't cover it. But in the end of the O'Reilly's race, Connor Zilisch wins, and even with Larson trying his very hardest to use his car and Brent Cruz's car to turn at the end of the race. Yeah, not much to say. I mean, Ty Gibbs, we've kind of said it for a few weeks now. I know we haven't wanted to say it, but we have said it that he's been arguably since Coda the second, third best driver, probably.
He's been the most consistent.
Yeah, I'd say him and Blaney are probably the two best since Coda in terms of getting the finishes and stuff. He's got speed. Is it a coincidence Bell doesn't have as much speed right now?
Or Briscoe.
And Briscoe? Yeah, and Briscoe. Briscoe really doesn't. Briscoe shows up to the track and looks like Alex Bowman right now.
Chris Gabehart was the one holding us from Ty Gibbs going on a dominant tear because he was the one making sure Ty stayed fucked off out of the meetings, and he was giving all the good shit to the good drivers.
Last thing I will say on this, I guess two last things. I guess both involve Joe Gibbs. One, on the weekend in general, Brent Cruz is going to win multiple races this year.
Yeah.
I saw something earlier this week where Connor and Jesse Love have referred to Brent as the best of the three of them. And I don't know. We'll see, I guess. We'll see if... I mean, I don't know if he's going to put up, 11 wins or whatever Connor did in a season. Probably not. I don't see very many people ever doing that. I mean, when's the last person with Kyle Busch? Probably. But, I mean, Brent is... just turned 18 years old. He was driving more Kyle Larson-esque than Kyle Larson at the end there too. He's getting put in the wall and still coming off the turn and holding on to it. He almost spun out like 3 times late there. He was extremely impressive in a lot of his races recently, but this was by far the most. He was like just ripping it on the outside. It looked, again, the most Larson-like outside of Larson in that field.
Bristol's tough.
Yeah.
Like, for that to be your track you're really stepping out at, that's...
I mean, Rockingham, he probably wins that race if we put 4 tires in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I think he's gonna win multiple races. think there's a very, very good shot that Denny races this year, Denny races next year, and Brent cruises in that car in 2028. I don't see a world where that doesn't happen at this rate. Unless, again, something just really strange happens, because he's by far the best person in those Joe Gibbs cars. I mean, in a while, it seems like. And then there's the debate of him versus Connor. I saw online, and they're like, Connor better get in some better cars, or Brent Cruz is going to win a race before he does at this rate. In those Trackhouse pile of shits. And we'll get into that here in a little bit too. Any other weekend thoughts out of either of you?
Yeah, yes. Kyle Larson can fuck off. This is the one wolf inside of me that says fuck Ty Gibbs.
What's the other wolf?
The one that's like, Ty Gibbs is a good driver and he won that fair and square. Ty Gibbs does not win that race if it's not for Kyle Larson absolutely shoving him in front of Tyler Reddick going into the corner, because Reddick was going to clear Gibbs, and here comes Kyle Larson just shoving him back up in front. So we're going to assign blame to any driver for Gibbs winning that race. I'm putting Larson over Blaney, but that's all I wanted to add. And Joe, do you want to add anything? Because I feel like you've been quiet this entire time.
I'm just letting you guys do your thing. I just want to point out Ross finished ahead of Host of Art in the truck race again. Again. And just want to I just feel so bad for this guy on the internet. Michael Marut's getting blocked by Ty Gibbs for all his memes that he's been doing of him.
Oh, I guess I did have one more thing on Ty Gibbs. Did you guys hear in his post-race, whatever, when he went back, and then he made a comment about, like, a very sarcastic comment, very clearly referring to Gabehart?
Yeah, I did see that on Twitter.
Oh, this wasn't on TV?
I didn't watch when he crossed the line, I walked outside.
I just loved how they went to interview Joe, and Ty, being a complete douchebag that he is, ran over to interrupt it.
Pop.
At least
like they're done talking to you, Ty. All right.
At least Austin Dillon is like cool he's like douchebag cool. Like he's a douche, but he's kind of cool in his own douchebag way.
You mean Austin Dillon?
What did I say?
Ty.
Oh well, yeah.
They're both are true.
Well, I don't know. I feel like
Austin Dillon will actually be like, here's my spotlight. Okay, you're done talking to me. All right.
I just won the race in the most dumbass way possible. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks. Now throw it to you, Pop. Then they talk to Pop for a little bit, but Ty Gibbs is like, give me that microphone back. Then he throws it back at him when he's done talking again, which is what he did.
Fuck Ty Gibbs.
Pop's still in 1987, thinking about his glory days.
I really wish Earnhardt was still in this car.
Glory days.
Oh, speaking of 3 cars, you guys see the 3 cars coming back? I think this weekend in the O'Reillys.
Oh yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think it's this weekend or next weekend. It's soon. I know. I just saw a picture on it online.
Who's driving it?
Austin
Dillon.
Why did this not shock me?
The only person that they let bring out the 3. Anyone else comes, they're bringing out that 33 car.
It's not this weekend.
No.
It's not. Okay. It might be Texas.
I hope he wins.
Texas. No, it's at Texas, because I remember he runs semi-well there usually. He won the most hilarious cup race when nobody could pass.
Yeah. See, Cason, that video I was telling you to watch relived all of Austin Dillon's wins. And holy shit, he genuinely has one career win where it was just on speed with no controversy.
Yeah, Richmond.
Yeah, last year.
No, the one before that.
No, 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 no controversy.
It is at Texas.
Yeah, it's like all his other all his other wins are literally plate tracks or just the most hilarious field strategy or Texas when literally no one could pass.
My absolute favorite one was the one he won at Daytona when everyone wrecked going into turn one.
Oh,
He avoided it, and then he has Tyler Reddick
that
help
might
him
be one of
out.
my
But then he moved
that might
Austin
be one of my
Cindric out of the way. Sorry, Cason.
I was gonna say that just might be one of my favorite races I've ever seen. Just due to the hilarity of it. Like, there is not a bigger meme than literally that had to have been divine intervention for Austin Dillon to drive through. Like, literally, everything just cleared perfectly for him to drive through that wreck.
Now imagine that
I've
race.
never seen anything like that in NASCAR. Like,
Imagine that race happens, but it's Austin Cindric pushing Cody Ware to the win after like let's just say Reddick wrecks out in the wreck or Austin Dillon wrecks out in the wreck. And we get a Cody Ware W after NASCAR has a huge blunder from race control. Not
I
to
think NASCAR would have literally DQ'd him and gave it to part-time driver Cindric.
Cindric was full time at this point.
Oh, was he full-time then? Okay. They would have found a way to disqualify Ware because there's no way they're letting that Rick Ware car in the playoffs.
Well, let Harrison Burton did.
Anything else this weekend though? No, that's true.
No, I'm glad it's over.
Joe.
No,
I can talk about the Allison series if you want me to, but
no.
wow, somebody gets
I
his
was
name
gonna
on
get
the back of one.
So I was gonna get into some truck points, and then Chris, if you want to go into Allison or points in general, quick, and then we can get to Allison.
Sure.
Only big thing in truck points is Chandler Smith's back in the lead, which is still hilarious considering he was DQ'd, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Or forced to finish last, whatever. Yeah. There are actually 17 trucks within 100 points of the lead this year. 6 races in.
Parity.
Yeah, so pretty good parity. 10th to 17th is only separated by 29 points right now. So you could see some good fun stuff happen there. And then the top 8 are only separated by 27 points combined.
Is that counting Corey Heim?
Yes, is counting Corey Heim.
All right.
Other quick things. Mini Tyrell still is behind Chris Wright in points, 5 points behind. And with Mini Tyrell having a little bit better week, there is now a new person last place in points that has raced all the races with 6 races ran. It is Frankie.
I hate to see it.
He's only in place 23rd.
He is 23rd in points, but
How many points does he have?
67 in 6 races. The real race is between when does Corey LaJoy pass him? He's 25 behind.
Next week.
On to O'Reilly.
Hold on, Cason. We gotta back up. If we're gonna talk about fucking Malcolm, Mr. Muniz, are we not gonna? We're just gonna ignore probably one of the worst fucking moves, or like one of the best examples of not fucking clear in history. With him just I forgot who the fuck it was, but he just cleared himself on the nose of that truck and junked them both. That was horrible. I like Frankie, but that was some shitty fucking driving, dude.
He was clear. Whoever that was that hit him needs to get good.
He needs to be on a sitcom from the early 2000s that gets revived by Hulu for 4 episodes.
Yeah, that now everyone hates. For unspecified reasons I won't go into.
But it was good to see, like it's always really cool to see someone from Breaking Bad in a truck series race. Fell flat. Not a lot of It's Always Sunny fans in here.
Well,
that was an Always Sunny reference.
It kind of. because when they had Aaron Paul and Bryan Cranston on It's Always Sunny, they kept referring to Aaron Paul as Malcolm.
Oh, when was this?
Oh gosh, what? Cason, like a couple years ago, years ago.
Oh,
I think so.
that's probably why I don't get the reference.
Anyways, O'Reilly's points. I'll stop goofing off.
O'Reilly's points. Top 12 have separated themselves kind of. Taylor Gray has a 28-point lead on Sieg now, and a 35-point lead on Sam Mayer. Things are not looking good in Sam Mayer land right now.
You know who we should be talking about? Zap. I'm gonna give you initials. It's P and R. We're gonna play a game.
Um, fuck. Who could?
Yes, I was gonna get into Retzlaff.
No, it's Paul Rubens.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be Paul Revere.
Oh no,
No.
sorry.
Yeah. Parker Retzlaff, 27 points on Taylor Gray and 55 up on Sieg. Right now,
He's doing
still
really
sitting
well.
at 10 points. Yeah, no,
Like
pretty
surprisingly
good.
well.
he's gonna end up in a better ride next year.
He's the only guy in the top 12 that has yet to lead a lap.
Yep.
He's
Um.
he said, "How did Matt Kenseth do this?" He just pulled up film from 2003, and he was like, "All right, lock in."
All right,
Yeah.
run around 20th all day, finish 10th.
And also Brent Cruz has cut it to, what is he back? 85 back, I think. Yeah, he's 85 back at 12th place, so he's cut it. He's cutting into that pretty healthy. He's only 40
Hey.
back a Mayor.
Cason, you did that without pulling out a calculator.
I know.
Yeah,
He's on a
it's getting
computer.
better.
He's on a computer.
He has ChatGPT in his head, like he's got like an implant.
He's got Neuralink,
Yes.
but it works.
The problem is, it's the reason why he's not super sharp yet, though, is because he still has Elon talking into his head, like the Alec Baldwin thing from Family Guy, I think, or South Park.
And my next thing about Sam Mayer, this man is 30 points. What did I say? 30 some points back, 35 points out of the playoffs right now, and he has 42 stage points.
Oof. 3 top points compared to his teammate who has 7.
Yeah. Only other thing I think is Corey Day up to 4th in points now. And Chris, what's this about stage points? He'd be 3rd if it wasn't for stage points.
Oh, never mind. Tommy Joe was wrong.
Yeah, Austin Hill is down to 6th after looking pretty abysmal too outside of the plate tracks. Wonder when we have seen this before, Chris? Is it pretty much every year?
Hey, he's gonna get that ride next year, though.
Yeah, not
Chris
much to see
hates-
outside of.
Chris, you hate the stages?
He does. He loves stages now.
Yeah, I love stages.
Okay. All right.
Corey Day is good at them, so I hate them.
Okay.
He's bad at them, so I don't
Say,
know.
If you hate them, then you hate capitalism.
Yeah, Corey Day is 28 behind Love in stages and 32 behind Quaffle in stages.
If hating stages made me a communist, then I'm a card carrier.
That's what it means.
Not much else to go with Owen O'Reilly's though. Not really any big movers. On to Cup Series.
Womp, 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 womp.
Top 14 have a little space in Cup Series now with Pre/Hocevar sitting 13th, 14th, and they are 32 up on 16th right now. I think if you're in about the top 11, you'd say, Chris, there with Brad at 229, you're sitting in a pretty good spot. You're up about 53, 52 on SVG right now.
I would. Yeah, sorry.
Still pretty early season, but I mean, you got a little buffer built up now where you can have a bad race and you're not back in 16th.
Well, I think with just how the RFK cars have been this year, I mean, they haven't been setting the world on fire, but they've been pretty steadily just kind of running around top 10-ish.
Yeah.
So I think
Like
they're
10th to 15th. Yeah.
I mean, this is the RFK motto: do what Parker Retzlaff does every week.
Pretty much. Yeah, I'd say they're running pretty good. I will say that Joey Hocevar pre-Suarez, I think two of them are going to miss it, though. With Briscoe and Cindric behind them, and both of them are very fastly kind of climbing. At least Cindric is. Briscoe's steadily climbing, at least, still.
Are you forgetting the guy who's on the bubble right now?
Nope. No need.
See, I left him off for a reason.
There's 3 road
I
courses,
think
Chris.
he's doing. Yeah, I was gonna say. I think he's doing enough if he doesn't get involved in wrecks at plate tracks. With 3 of those still left, if he can run well at plate tracks, top 10ish, and wins the road courses, he's fine.
You saw him at Daytona before that bum Allgaier fucked everyone over.
Guys, I love SVG. I think if SVG was in the 48 this year, this wouldn't be a question.
You hear that? Take that, Connor.
Unfortunately, Trackhouse has been fucking hot dog shit, and I know Cason is itching to talk about Ross Chastain, but I have the leash, and I'm like, not yet, not until after Charlotte.
I think SVG out of the 3 are safe to make it in.
I think SVG
at this point
is the only one that has a chance at Trackhouse to make the playoffs.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with you there. I'm just thinking, like, 1 point out right now, like, Buddy's gonna have to run better than whatever the fuck he was doing at Bristol.
You think Suarez is gonna keep this up?
Yes, I do.
No, he's not.
I don't think. I think SVG has a better chance to make it than Suarez. But I think you're right, Chris. Throwing him in with Priest, Hocevar, Logano's probably safer. I think the 4 of them, it's going to be tough to hold Cindric and Briscoe off, I guess, is the point when Cindric's running top 10 and Briscoe is at some point going to probably do a little better than he's doing now. And if he does a little better, he's going to separate.
I think Brad on down can all change.
I think Joey on down. I'm with Cason.
Brad is not Brad. I saw last year. He can do it again. He can crash 17 races in a row.
Well, Joe, you said you think Suarez can keep this up.
I said he can't.
He can because those Chevys are only going to get better throughout the year.
No, they're not.
Yes.
Not his. He stinks.
Okay.
The Chevys of Spire and Hendrick will get better, Chris.
No.
We should rephrase that.
Yeah.
Michael McDowell will finish higher in the standings than Daniel Suarez is.
Honestly, Michael McDowell's in kind of a good spot to possibly kick SVG out, too.
$5, Joe.
$5.
Hey, shake hand. Cason, your witness.
Okay.
Oh.
Actually, that was the next point I was going to make is McDowell and Allmendinger are kind of not in a bad spot either, especially McDowell being only 6 points out. Historically, he runs top 5 on a lot of these road courses. He is a factor every time we go to a plate track.
When you say Allmendinger runs fast on road courses, does that mean like 10th now?
Yeah, pretty much. He gets stage points. That's
I think Allmendinger on down is not making the playoffs.
No, there's nobody that's behind Allmendinger that's making the playoffs. Ross is the only one that has a slight chance to, but not if they don't do a complete 180.
He has 1 top 10. Or is that 1 top 5 and 1 top 10 in 8 races?
He has the same amount of top 10s as Josh Berry right now.
He's falling out of my 8 tier.
You guys just mentioned Michael McDowell on road courses, and I saw this earlier and didn't send it to you guys, but look what I just sent in the group chat.
Is it him at the Indianapolis Roval?
No, it's just a meme. I could describe it, but it's not bad. But...
Oh, it's a dog throwing up.
It's a dog digging a hole with a caption that says, "He may be old, but he still loves to dig a hole in the beach." And someone retweeted it with the caption, "Michael McDowell showing up to finish 4th to 7th at every road course."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think the only one he hasn't is Chicago, when he was probably going to get 2nd last year, I'd say.
Probably.
That's not what you were saying during the race. Like, McDowell's got this. He's got this in the bag. Then he proceeded to blow his brake clutch or whatever it is. Blew it out.
You should know, Spire is really good at putting probably a top 3 to 5 speed car in the track every week. You don't know which one it's going to be. It's going to be one of them about half the time. But there's also a 50% chance that top 3 to 5 speed car will break something.
Say, Spire is very good at putting a fast car together, just not for a whole race.
I
So
think the amount of times that Hocevar has had top 3 to 5 speed and then something breaks on the car.
I think they did put together like a really good car that could made the whole race at Chicago last year, but then Michael McDowell heard Men at Work playing.
Oh, I thought they found Dale Jr.'s slow down button and they're like, "What's this?" And they
It's,
pressed it.
well, it's not actually Dale Jr.'s slow down button. It's Rick Hendricks that he loans to Jr.
Oh,
He
Yeah,
put him on
that's
those Spire cars.
yeah, so every time you see Hocevar, like remember Hocevar up there running with Larson last year at Michigan,
Or
and Byron and Denny, and then all of a sudden Hocevar's not running with Byron and Denny, and Larson. Um, yeah, not really any big movers in Cup though. Outside of Briscoe was up 5, Larson's up 4, and I think Larson up is extremely safe now.
I look forward to the All-Star race weekend where we put our tier list together.
I thought you were gonna say when Larson finally wins a race.
He could win one next week for all I know. I'm surprised he hasn't
No,
won
he's
one yet.
no. If one more last thing I want to talk about with the points, Larson has not won a race since Kansas last year. So in what 2 or 3 weeks, he will have gone a year without winning.
mm,
I think he wins one soon. There's no way he keeps this going.
I think he makes it. I think he probably might make it a year and then wins or something like that.
is he like doing like a speed run of Jeff Gordon's career, just truncated
He might be.
from like
Um,
2021 on?
Even
yeah,
the
say,
Can you hear me now?
crashing at Indy might have just absolutely nuked that man's confidence, and a championship couldn't save it.
He
I
got
think
beat
he
by
should double
Bubba
and do it
Wallace.
again. He should double and give it to the next person.
I guess.
Yeah.
Anything else on points weekend in general before we get into some news so we can talk about Trackhouse a little more because that's the first thing.
Suarez sucks and he cannot keep this up. That's my whole thing on the points. Prove me wrong, Suarez.
The next time Ty Gibbs wins a race, I'm getting in my Allison car and driving head on into the wall. Sorry, Eddie. And
Oh,
Matt.
that's an Always Sunny in Philadelphia bit. I know that one.
So in like 3 weeks or something at this rate, Chris, the way he's running,
Yeah,
Nah,
probably.
probably at Kansas
No.
at this rate.
Well,
out of everyone in that top 10, top 12 that's like you think is secure right now, Ty Gibbs is the most likely to falter.
yes and no. Yeah.
He's the most likely to falter, but he's also probably the third best driver this year outside of Blaney and Reddick.
Sorry, Cason. The other wolf inside of me is dead. Fuck you.
It's a tough
Um,
scene out here.
um, fuck. What was I gonna say? Shit. Well, forgot. Anyways, let's move on.
Yeah. You want to get into Allison quick, Chris, before we get into news, or you want to do news then Allison?
We'll just. It's not gonna be long about the Allison series. So we went to Orange County last week. I unfortunately didn't race. It's looking hazy if we're gonna be running for a wake next week. I don't know. It's 50-50 right now. Um, we ran at Orange County. I was spotting again for Colton Clark, the Canadian cowboy, and he wears this really cool cowboy hat. Cool family. They drive down from near Toronto every week. Well,
Name a city near Toronto.
um, Georgetown. I think that's where
Right.
they're from.
You
So
should pick up Silver.
You can't even name Mississauga
Well, when I asked them
or
where they,
Ajax.
when I asked them where they were from in Canada, Colton was just like, around Toronto, and I'm like, yeah, that's like me saying, like, from someone who like came over from fucking England or something. Like, oh yeah, I live around Atlanta.
Oh, Hampton.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Hampton.
He lives
Uh,
inside the racetrack.
Well, anyways, the team I'm working for, I'm spotting for Colton, but Woody has two other cars this weekend. He had Bobby Mares in the '01, and then he had the 2016 Allison champion Justin Taylor, who is at Fort Bragg right now, but I think he got deployed earlier this week. He wanted to run one more race before he got shipped off to the Middle East. And yeah, guy's fast as fuck. I mean, he was fucking speeding. Um, Unfortunately, Colton in practice one brought it in because the car was smoking, and then we found out the motor blew essentially. Um, but guys, I want you to. I do want to tell a story. I know, so I was going to keep this short, but so practice one. I don't know if you guys are familiar with how short tracks work and how you do timing and scoring, but there's an app called Race Monitor. You follow lap times. The transponder that's on the car feeds right into that, and so you can see, lap times and shit. For the first practice session, I looked on Race Monitor, and Colton is on Race Monitor. It has this right number, right name. Well, Colton's motor blows, and fortunately enough, a competitor, Kyle Seiler, I don't know exactly what the terms of the deal was, but he let Colton use the backup car so he could race his backup car. So we go to take the transponder off of Colton's car. There's not one there. And so we ask around to everybody, hey, did you take the transponder back? Like, did we return the transponder? And everyone's like, no, I don't even know about a transponder being on the car. I was like, okay, so then how do you get timed for the first practice? Because you're not going to get timed without a transponder. And they knew his name and they knew his number. Anyways, I go to the transponder lady and she hands me, I ask her to look through them, and she looks through all the fucking licenses and money and whoever rented out a transponder. Could not find one for us. So I'm like, okay, strange, whatever. Um, I get a transponder. Colton goes and qualifies. I see his time get flashed up on the board. I go on Race Monitor, his time's not there. And I'm like, what the fuck? I go back to the transponder lady, and I'm like, hey, my driver's time didn't get posted for qualifying. I just want to make sure that he's going to get timed for the race. She says, go ask the man in the tech shed, and points me. He'll know the answer to that question. I walk over to the guy doing the tech, and he's like, I don't deal with that. Go ask Pat Allison. And I'm like, brother, Pat Allison has nothing to do with fucking timing and scoring. Like, what the fuck? So I walk over to the Allison tent. My dad was teching cars this weekend, and I kind of explain the situation, and he kind of shrugs. I'm like, okay, whatever. I walk up to the guy who flips the sign at the end of pit road that says stop and go for qualifying and practice and shit. He's the one who gets that figured out for me. He calls up to the tower, and after about 5 fucking minutes, the tower finally responds to him. But, long to end this, I still don't know how the fuck Colton got scored in the first fucking practice without a transponder on his car. Still a mystery. To get into the race, Justin had pole. I think Bobby was P2 in qualifying. And I think there was one caution around lap 10. Forgot who. Oh, it was, honestly, I forgot what happened. I know on the restart, the 44 Kyle Seiler, the guy whose backup car we were using, there was a stack up and he got spun out, and there was a controversy about why he had to go to the back. But at the end of the race, it came down to Justin Taylor and Bobby Mayers. They had a pretty nice battle. It's kind of fucked up, though, because I'm trying to spot for Colton, who's having issues. Like, his car, he was full throttle, and he, like, was going at a snail's pace. So there's something, plug wire, we think. I'm trying to spot for him as he's, like, getting passed by cars, but, like, the battle for the lead is getting, like, really intense. And so I'm, like, trying to spot. Then I'm, like, looking over at the leaders, trying to spot, looking over at the leaders. Tough deal. Anyways, I'll shut the fuck up. Justin Taylor ended up winning the race. Happy for him. I hope all goes well. Very, you know. But, yeah, that was the Allison weekend. I drove home. And hopefully
I drove home.
Did you get cookout?
I did not. I didn't cook out today.
This
I was
man will never learn.
No, Joe. The problem is I have learned, and so it's like I feel like one of Pavlov's dogs. Like someone's like, "Oh, what are we gonna eat And, like we'll be going through lists, and they're like, then there's Cookout, and then I just get like Vietnam flashbacks. And
Then you go, I'm in.
well, then I'll get it, and I'm like, this is really good, and then it doesn't. Like the next time, I'm still just like, I could get sick. Cookout's kind of ruined for me now. Anyways, moving on.
Well, after that quick break from shitting on Trackhouse, it's time to talk about Trackhouse. People are posting on Reddit that apparently Trackhouse in the last week has posted multiple jobs for aerodynamics people to come to their company. I think the pro here is that they are attempting to do something about it. The con is it's partnering yourself with Childress Engines. Probably not the best move in the first place. Might have worked in 2023. Has not worked since then. I have yet, outside of Richmond, Austin, Dillon, to see a race and be like, wow, that car looks fast, and it's not just because it's SVG on a road course. I guess Chastain, Charlotte.
Plate tracks.
But even then, I've never seen Chastain at a plate track and think, wow, that car looks fast. I mean, Busch and Austin Dillon at times, yes, but
SVG.
He did look really fast at Daytona.
What happened, Joe?
Some bum driving the 40 car happened.
But yeah, I don't know. Trackhouse needs to move to Dodge if Dodge is gonna actually put money into the sport, which TBD if that's gonna happen. After hearing some things about Haley, was it Haley? Was it LaJoy? Was it LaJoy?
It was Lenoir.
Oh, that's case, and that was expected. That was like,
About, yeah,
I'm not surprised.
yeah. I'm not overtly surprised either, but I'm just hoping that in the future we get some money put into this, and I hope they just don't flame out in a couple years.
Oh, like on second thought, I don't want them to go to Dodge.
I mean, if they go to Dodge and it's like, here we're gonna do like 6 cup cars the first year. Yeah, they're cooked. They're gonna be running with Cody Ware. Um,
I would rather just
To
go
be
hit
fair.
up Ford.
yeah.
Well, okay, that's my next point on this though. Is at what point is Ford? I mean, they kind of are at this point already. Just gonna be RFK and Penske.
What about front row?
You're a front row away from basically having no truck teams and no um.
If
O'Reilly's teams.
Trackhouse went to Ford, they would automatically be at the first tier. But like this, they'd be getting the back end of that first tier stuff behind RFK and Penske.
But is that a big improvement from what they're getting now?
Yes, because they're getting third-rate equipment from
Third.
RCR.
I
Who
think,
gets second-rate equipment from Spire.
unfortunately for Trackhouse, they're in a lose situation here.
It
Because-
goes Hendrick, Spire, some homeless man at the corner of whatever street you can find in
Cole
Charlotte.
Custer.
RCR.
You're Cole Custer in there.
Oh yeah, he's the homeless man I was talking about.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
The route I see Trackhouse taking is, keeping it down to Chevrolet, and then kind of pulling a Joe Gibbs and waiting until Dodge has a couple years built up, and then just stealing Colleague's chain. Like, sorry, we're the flagship Dodge team now.
I think my only problem with that is, okay, say something like this happens. This is gonna be like what, 2033, something like that, probably at this rate.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
2033.
By the time
Wait.
that Dodge is actually into Cup and actually like up and running for a couple of years.
They won't be there next year. They'll be there in 2028. I could see 2030.
I think they'll be there next year. I think they're gonna force their way through this.
I think that's the smart idea. It's gonna.
'Cause
Oh,
They're,
that's a much
they're gonna
better
suck the
idea,
first
but-
year, but it's
There's-
great.
there is no way they let AJ Allmendinger and whoever else is with him suffer another year of Chevy with nothing behind them.
Oh,
He's
Go ahead,
I
Cason.
mean, I was gonna say, hey, he's 20th in points, or no, he's 18th. No, he's 20th.
He
He's
is
like
exceeding
hovering around.
expectations.
He's hovering around that playoff bubble, kind of.
I want to give a shout out to the Dodge drivers or the Ram drivers and trucks because they also have no simulation, like whatsoever.
To
Like they have
going by feel.
they have NR 2003 and iRacing, and like um
So what you're saying is they should have, at some point, they should have given Carson Hocevar just the bag to drive the truck.
yeah, but I what's unfortunate is I think this is going to cost Mini Tyrell any chance at anything in the
Oh,
future,
yeah.
which sucks because I think he's a really talented driver. But the problem is he gets thrown to the wolves essentially. Like, all right, you won this challenge. You get to drive a vehicle you've never driven in your entire life. We have like I guess expanded practice by a little bit this year. We also have no simulation, and our trucks are going to suck for a majority of the season. Have fun
I just don't get how they could have none of this equipment.
because it's Chris Rice and College Racing.
Yeah,
They're
but this
trophy
is
hunting.
Dodge.
Yeah, exactly.
Dodge Stellantis.
Ex- exactly.
With a mixture
Uh,
of Fiat. Sprinkle a little Fiat in there.
well,
I would
um,
assume a multi what a this is a $1 billion company.
Stellantis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, easily.
Would have the resources, the money to buy this stuff.
Well, you got to keep fixing Jeeps, Joe.
They don't have to.
They don't put the parts on them when they come off the line.
But anyways, point being, Justin Haley and Cora LaJoy are doing a fantastic job. I would even say Brendan Queen.
Oh,
For,
Queen's like 13th in points now, or 12th.
yeah. For kind of the shit they've been dealt with. GG's. Like, okay, good job.
And forcing Dodge to not just run Coil of Joy in that 25 truck every week. Thanks, Daniel Dye.
Yeah.
Um,
Your sacrifice, unquote unquote sacrifice.
Oh.
I have one last thing to cover in this track house to, hypothetically going to Dodge. I understand that, especially if Connor's still there and, doing something. You got Ross, SVG will probably, I'd say, still be there. Hopefully, in a couple of years.
He's
Hopefully.
36. He's 36.
And that's my point here, Joe, on that part. The problem I've seen kind of floated online, though, is if you're Dodge, do you want a team that's already building their own engines?
I thought Dodge was building the engine. Like Toyota.
Are they going to do that or not?
Would Dodge be doing that?
It's probably like a TRD deal.
Yeah, that's what I would assume.
Yeah.
I mean, you're investing into this.
Yeah.
Why don't you have this stuff already done?
That's why.
So they're gonna buy Richard Childress's 10-year-old engines for the first couple of years.
Goodness.
This is like me running like F125 and I'm starting from the bottom and I'm like, I think I'll just borrow Ferrari's engine.
Point being is, if for any reason the Dillons are in charge of RCR by that time, is that a more attractive option? Just if they bring the engine building stuff, if Dodge doesn't want to do that much.
They're never leaving Chevy, ever.
I would genuinely, I think the second Jack Roush kicks the fucking bucket, Brad Keselowski would ship them off to Dodge in a fucking heartbeat if it made them the flagship team. And I think that would happen before RCR going to. Now I think
They're
as long
more
as
attractive than RCR because they have a lot more money backing them.
He's at Jack Roush's funeral signing the papers. Saying Jack would want me to do this.
he's just gonna reach in the casket and take the hat off, put it on him.
And then he slides a Dodge hat on top of Jack.
It's what Jack wanted.
With a little helicopter in his hands.
Point being, that's the only concern I have, though, about track houses, unless this is a TRD deal where Dodge is actually going to come in and build their own stuff.
The more I hear about Dodge, the more I hate it.
The more I hear about Dodge and read about stuff, the more I get concerned that this is going to last even 5 years.
This isn't going to last probably even that long.
They did the reverse Toyota, which Toyota was like, we're going to ease into this and then we're gonna put jet fuel on our race cars. But I mean, Toyota really built it up before they came to the Cup Series, and
Oh, this just seems like it's all for. I mean, maybe that would make Trackhouse the best team for it because outside of their first year, they've kind of done the same thing, and SVG kind of carrying the team in Chastain is it seems more for showmanship than it does for actually getting results.
I got two things. SVG is 36. He's
Yep.
leaving by the time he's 40. By the time he's 40, he's gone. So it's like 5 years from now. And number two, Dodge is doing what I do when I play Phasmophobia with Bomber. When it's time to like, hey, we're done playing the game. Let's do a couple speed runs, and then just yell speed run, and you just throw shit at the wall and fuck around. And then at the end of the game, you're like, I guess it was this, and then you leave.
Yeah, I don't know. Between that and just, I mean, you could get into the whole economics of car manufacturers right now, and there's a lot of stuff kind of going on in that world, especially Stellantis. um,
Just call up Honda.
right, right. Like,
call up one of the
just call
Chinese
Honda.
EV companies.
I'd rather call Honda.
I love Dodge being back in NASCAR.
At this point, I don't.
I love Dodge being in NASCAR, but however, Honda would do this way better. And
Oh
I
yeah,
think Honda being in NASCAR would make me throw up in my mouth a little bit, but I'd get over it because they'd have good cars.
when they start the minivan series.
Oh,
The CRV series.
guys, we're turning the truck series into the crossover series.
NASCAR
Honda
into IndyCar.
Honda would do such a fantastic job.
Oh yeah,
They would have everything put together already instead of this bullshit that I'm hearing about Dodge. Go like, well, Corey, you gotta run the same truck like you did the last 4 weeks, all right? But I junked that one. I know.
NASCAR
probably.
teams NASCAR team still brings their trucks to the track the old-fashioned way.
They're probably Parker Kligerman was probably dying watching. Who was in the 25 truck last week?
Ferguson.
Yeah, they're probably dying watching Ferguson almost be involved in like 30 wrecks.
they're, they're like, hey, we got the test truck for you, Corey. It's actually just Norm Benning's truck. We bought it off him for like $30,000.
The rumor went that before they started buying like old Spire chassis, that they were buying up like Rayoum Brothers chassis and just these absolute shitter old ass trucks that have probably been driving around there since fucking Rick Crawford was winning races. I mean, I'm not fucking lying.
They're like, hey, this is the old Brendan Gaughan truck that used to win at Texas all the time. We're buying that.
Stunks. It's like fucking Frankie Muniz driving Sterling Marlin's 2001 Daytona 500 chassis in ARCA. That actually this happens.
That had to happen.
We
Ugh.
have like Eric Darnell and Colin Braun's trucks up next.
Oh my god.
Why do you think they brought Colin Braun back for fucking St. Pete?
I hate Dodge now so much.
It probably was Colin Braun's truck from that one time he won. They've just painted over the Conway.
They said we got the roll cage for it. It's good.
It's close enough. Just
it's
change
the
the front
same-
bumper. It's good to go.
This
This is the same truck that won at either like Kentucky or Texas. Oh, this will be good for St. Pete.
They don't even cut off the front bumper and put a new one on. They just spray paint Dodge.
this is the truck that Bo Dinan almost died in 2000. Good luck.
It's good to go.
We fixed it up. We unbent the front.
It's as is.
Wait, I know what happened, Joe. They bought all the Billy Bass racing stuff from like 2010.
That had to be it.
I can just imagine like people from Stellantis plus like they just sent Brendan Queen and Justin Haley out there to Dale Jr.'s house to distract him while they stole chassis from his race car graveyard.
You guys ever see the movie Matilda?
No.
It's when Danny DeVito's like, we put sawdust in the engine to make it sound quieter. And we glue on the front bumpers Won't that fall off? Yeah, but it's not my problem.
Oh, he's building the Jeep, Joe.
You see
Oh,
the 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 speedometer or the miles that you drove. Well, if we take this gun and we put it in reverse, the miles go down.
oh,
Yeah. So basically, we figured out that Dodge is lasting like 5 years tops, and they're never gonna get a top five.
Makes it all pointless.
So then we can watch Austin Dillon and Ty Dillon sell Connor and Chastain engines in 10 years when they're still at 10-4 cup wins in their careers or something like that.
well, is it trivia
Because
time?
Corey Day steals
I
Connor's.
I thought it was
Oh no,
Pickham's
we got
time.
plenty more news still to go,
Oh,
Chris.
good
Oh
lord.
God.
We got O'Reilly's viewership
You know, let's
up
pull a
again.
Dodge and speed run this.
No, we will pull a Dodge. The next story is my favorite actually of the week, but O'Reilly's viewership up again, actually performing quite well while Cup and Trucks were down. I think Cup's rating was up slightly, viewership was down a little. Um, O'Reilly's had their apparently best Bristol viewing ever, which was positive to see considering the race kind of sucked. Looks like Chris
How
on
is
stage
that
break
possible?
now.
There is no way, like in 2006, Bristol race. Well, I guess it was on ESPN. Never mind. I take it back.
All right. Next up, my favorite story of the week is Joe Gibbs Racing getting mad and filing stuff in court because Chris Gabehart had a radio on and was quote unquote looking at data.
Oh,
That was exactly
brother.
the wording he used.
I fucking
Um,
hate Joe Gibbs. I hate that fucker so much.
My favorite part is today, Chris, Jeff Dickerson filed in court. So it's a good thing we wait till today to do it. He took pictures of Chris Gabehart looking at the score, like the thing with the driver's order.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, he's really doing stuff he shouldn't be doing." And then he's like, "Oh, Joe Gibbs, competition director, wasn't even at the race." And then he like took pictures of random people around the track and like put them up there looking at like a radio.
It would have been 10 times funnier if it was like Chris Gabehart on his phone playing Subway Surfers.
It's my favorite thing of the week because everyone's like, okay, so Ty Gibbs wins his first race. You don't celebrate. You get too worried about Chris Gabehart doing a thing that, every other person in the stands is doing, putting on a headset and looking at their phone.
Oh,
It's becoming the biggest meme because everyone's a loser and what's gonna happen. Next up, Hall of Fame and All-Star voting are now open. For anyone at home, Hall of Fame voting, get 2 modern, 1 pioneer in. We have Biffle, Neil Bonnet, Randy Dorton, who was an engine builder that won 9 championships, Ray Elder, a 6-time ARCA West champ, Harvick, Randy LaJoie, and Sprague are in for the modern era. 2 of those will go in. I feel like it's probably going to be Harvick and Biffle.
yep.
Disagree. Hard disagree.
Okay.
I think the only other person that has some slight argument is probably Neil Bonnet.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
even then,
Randy and Jack Sprague.
if you're gonna put Jack Sprague and Randy LaJoie in over Biffle, like come on.
100%.
And next up, we have our Pioneer bracket. So we have Ray Fox, who was the 1956 Mechanic of the Year and a 14-time winner as an owner. Harry Hyde, 1970 champ. Herb Nab, a 2-time Cup champ and 3rd all-time in wins, basically, that he crew chiefed. And Larry Phillips, who's a 5-time NASCAR Weekly champ, and I don't know what NASCAR Weekly is when I build this, and I'm going to be honest with
Short
you.
tracks, like late model.
Okay, that would make sense. I kind of assumed that, did not know. Yeah, I don't know. Guessing it's Herb Nab, maybe. I don't know.
If I was
Pretty sure
voting,
that many wins.
I'd probably vote for Harry Hyde and then Larry Phillips.
Yeah, somebody will get in. I don't, not my area of expertise. All-star voting, like I said, also open. Guessing it's probably gonna be. How do they do it? Is it last
It's
year
like
winners are in automatically?
what?
Is it last year winners that are in, or how do they do the All-Star again? I can't remember.
It's
Who the hell cares?
it's not. No, I don't even think it's that. It doesn't fucking matter. Joe's right.
Yeah, no. I was gonna
Did
say
you see
regardless, it's
the
probably gonna be
format?
like
It's
SVG versus
stupid.
Hocevar in the fan vote. Oh yeah, I'm not even covering the format. We'll get that to that when we get to Dover. I don't want
I
to talk
don't.
about that.
We're not having a podcast for that week. We'll be taking a nap.
Um, next up, Hocevar All Star vote for his. You can vote on his paint scheme as well for that race.
They all suck.
Yeah, they
They're
weren't
all pretty
great.
mad. Cool is letting fans vote on it, but it would have been cool if we actually had a cool paint scheme. Next up, we have the Busch Light Apple car, and I included this just for Chris when I found out that it was being ran at
No,
Kansas.
that's a car.
It's a sexy car.
Take notes.
And lastly, two things about NASCAR trying to stop fuel saving at plate tracks. The first is at Dega this year, the stages will be 98 laps, 45 laps, 45 laps.
It's not gonna
And,
change anything.
First stage, no. Second and third stage, they'll be able in their fuel run already. So they're gonna run 3x3, but they're gonna do it patiently now, Joe.
Well, in the third stage,
Oh, the second and third because they're
they're
both
just
45 laps.
yeah, it's so dumb.
And next up, NASCAR apparently is debating and might implement 4 tire stops for every green flag fuel-only pit stop on a plate track next year.
That's not gonna
So,
change anything.
Getting fuel, you gotta get 4 tires. Yeah, I don't really know the point of that. I'm gonna be honest. As I typed that out, I'm like, what the hell's this mean?
It
Yes.
takes less time to change tires than it does to fill it up.
Just do what I was fucking saying. Be like, you have to be in there for 15 seconds versus you have to change tires.
Yeah.
Just do 4 stages.
Just, how about this? Just do what the FCL does, and just whoever can go the longest on a tank of gas wins. And then let all the
Michael McDowell, you're winning every plate race ever.
Excuse me, who won the All-Star?
Joe McDowell out there.
Running 75 miles an hour.
I still wish Michael McDowell would have won the 500 this year, just for the memes of NASCAR having to admit that somebody won it by like half a straightaway or something because he saved so much fuel. Then we actually would have seen something get accomplished, Chris.
No, they would flip it and be like, look how 90s this finish looked.
But you're gonna have like one car half a straightaway ahead, and then you're gonna have the whole pack like 5 seconds back.
It was gonna be so dumb. It would have.
Well, it was gonna be the best Daytona 500 ever because then they would actually had to do something.
No, they would do nothing and say, look at how 90s this looked. Look how late 80s, early 90s this looked.
And then Daniel Suarez does it at Talladega.
This guy won the Daytona 500 by 6 seconds because of raw speed. This is what they're gonna flip it as.
As we see Michael McDowell doing 165 around, running in 30th place. Michael McDowell in that race would have been the closest thing we ever got to Chris and FCL.
Hey,
But unfortunately, we didn't get it.
Cason,
Well,
you seem to forget every time how stupid NASCAR is.
Yeah, well, maybe they'll get to make the fuel tanks bigger, Joe.
Maybe they should. That might be the only way.
Thoughts on upcoming race this week at Kansas? Don't have much other than a little hopeful. Usually these races are pretty good here, especially the spring one. It seems like the last, I don't remember how many years. Last year, winner was Larson. It was his last win was early May last year at Kansas. I have no idea who won other races, but couldn't tell you. Guessing it was someone for Junior, but who knows? Oh,
Probably
also,
was.
well, one more thing I wanted to talk about, I guess, on in the news. I think Junior Motorsports last year, I think it was like 22 or 23 races they won, something like that, 20, whatever it was. I think they're already at 7 or 8 this year. Not counting the fact that they have Chase Elliott, Byron Larson, at least one each. SVG on road courses, Connor on road courses. Connor running like 10 more races in general, I think, 8 to 10. Yeah, they're going to hit 20 some wins this year. They're going to probably break last year's record by a mile. And the only person that can stop them is Brent Cruz at this point.
The only one that can stop them is whoever's driving a Ford.
The Ford.
Only, only the
this
one.
week, I think, still. They might actually be gone this week. I don't remember. You have to look at the
Oh,
entry list for
no.
that, Joe. We might be in the first Ford free field, I think, ever, or something like that.
Luke
You
Baldwin's in
gotta
a
check the
Ford.
5.
He's in the
Who
one
is?
Ford. Luke Baldwin.
Oh, we got one Ford then. JJ Yaley held the fort down last week. Yeah, no, that's about my only thoughts. Typically, Larson, Denny run up front. 2311 cars are pretty good here. I honestly can't think of who else has been dominant in these Kansas races outside of those ones. All right, Chris, what's our head-to-head looking like this week?
Hold on. Hmm.
He wasn't looking at that. He was looking at trying to make a case for Greg Biffle.
I was actually trying to do our orders for the pick 'em, but all right. So matchup one, we have Ty Gibbs versus Bubba Wallace.
I'm gonna take Bubba.
1 second here. Let me look at the advanced stats.
I'm
Oh
going
God, yeah, I'm taking. Ty Gibbs kind of sucks here. Taking Bubba.
Then we have
Ty
Chase.
Gibbs is,
Sorry,
he has the same average finish as Cole Custer.
very impressive.
That's
We
the
got
word I'd use.
we have Ross Chastain and Chase Elliott. What
Ross.
is
Chase.
we have Tyler Reddick and Kyle Larson.
Kyle Larson.
I'm going Reddick.
That's a good one. Probably Larson, just because he's won so much here.
And then finally, William Byron versus Ryan Blaney.
Um, Ryan Blaney.
I'm going Byron.
Blaney.
All right. Is it time?
For race picks? Yeah.
Mail time?
You just got a letter. You just got a letter.
I was gonna actually say I found probably one of the most impressive stats I've seen. I just pulled up driver stuff here. Christopher Bell in 4 races here has an average finish of 4.5 and an average start of 2.5. But he's never won.
Well, Cason, you won O'Reilly's last week. So Joe with his Gray Galding pick, which actually I think he was running as high as 23rd at one point. Really impressive for the Mike Harmon car, I gotta say. Gotta give it to him. Good job, Gray Galding. But Joe, you are our first pick for O'Reilly's.
This was the Grandmaster plan to take Allgaier the entire time.
Allgaier, every time someone's picked Allgaier, they have won.
Until now. Now his season will tank.
He's only gonna win like 6 races this year, Joe, and win the regular season championship by 300 points, or what?
Then lose the championship.
It's not the playoff. He's gonna be invincible. He's not gonna retire for like 4 years now. He's gonna win the next 4.
Well, guys, for my pick, this is going to be kind of unconventional, but do you guys know who has the second most wins at all time in the O'Reilly series at Kansas?
Brennan Jones.
It is Brandon Jones. So I'm picking Brandon Jones.
Was that also part of the trivia?
That was going to be one of my questions.
Oh God!
Nailed it.
Never mind. I know who's winning this weekend.
It's
If
Brendan
it's not,
Jones.
if it's not All Guy, William Byron starting this weekend.
Oh,
Nah, he's gonna blow a motor.
William Byron's in the 88. Because I was looking at, cause I think, oh, I don't think there's very many Cup guys. Oh, Cole Custer's driving this weekend. That'd be kind of funny to see him run well.
That would
Probably.
be funny.
God, it's Byron.
all right.
Who'd you pick, Chris?
Brandon Jones.
Yes, and Joe picked All Guyer. Hmm. 1 second here. Yeah, give me Quaffle.
Quapple.
Travis?
I don't know what. Yeah, Travis. So I have no idea what car he's driving, but we're gonna go with him.
Well, Cason, you get to pick again because you finished last by picking Ty Dillon.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Hate to see it.
Went as planned. I am going to pick Kyle Larson.
Oof. Ooh. Mm. Give me Logano.
Oh, I
Corey
get.
Heim's not driving this weekend, is he?
Do what?
Is
No,
Heim
he's
driving
yeah,
this
he
weekend?
is.
He is.
Oh man, I actually won this past week.
Yeah, you won.
Oh man,
It's
you
'cause
don't see
You
that
actually
very
picked
often.
somebody
You were
decent.
leading in Cup.
You don't see that very often. I'm gonna take Bubba Wallace.
This is actually our first matchup where we all pick people who aren't complete dog shit. So look at
We're usually giving these wins away.
we're just giving it to Cason and shooting ourselves in the foot for later, Joe.
Yeah.
Kind of
All right.
surprised that neither of you guys went Heim. He got 13th and 22nd last year here.
I was thinking about it, but
It's not good enough.
So he actually has a better average finish than Bubba in the next gen car here.
does he have a win, Cason? Does he?
That's That's what I was gonna say.
I'm sorry,
Surprised
potential
Bubba's
man.
so low. I'm surprised Bubba's 18th in average finish here.
Yeah, but how many wins?
All right.
Wait,
well,
was it Kansas last year that Todd Gilliland was randomly cracked at, or was that somewhere else?
Todd Gillen put himself on the wall and rode the wall.
that was Zane Smith.
Who cares?
They're
So
all the
there was a mile and a half last year where Todd Gilliland was randomly cracked, and I don't remember because he's actually 14th in average finish, and Gregson's 13th here. SVG's actually 12th, Joe.
You got a top 10 last year.
I know. His two races here are 10th and 20th.
Joe, you should have picked SVG for this race.
No, I don't want to jinx him. I hope he somehow gets another top 10.
Well, ready for some teams and trivia, Cason?
Yeah.
Well, I'll give my one trivia question first.
It's probably
So-
Joe's trivia question, even though Joe was assigned.
I don't have any trivia.
It's gonna be quick. We blew all our load on Jeopardy and Family Feud, so
Hate it when that happens.
yeah. Steve Harvey, man. Damn. Fucking you guys suck. Telling gold over here. I'm making good jokes and anyways.
Maybe no one shows up.
So the O'Reilly series has been racing here since 2001. Can you guys name me how many teams have multiple wins at Kansas in the O'Reilly series? How many teams and what teams are they?
Wait, what?
Okay, so O'Reilly's has been racing at Kansas since 2001.
Okay.
How many teams have multiple winners? Like multiple wins at Kansas, like fucking Roush. You know,
Okay. Roush.
Roush is one of them.
Gibbs.
Gibbs is the other one, and that is the only two.
Yep. I was gonna say Gibbs
Nailed
was
it.
the only one I
Yeah.
think.
How many wins does Joe Gibbs Racing have here at Kansas?
6.
Jason?
8.
13. How many wins does Roush Fenway Racing have at Kansas?
7.
6.
2. And that's it. That's the list of multiple. All right. So for my team, I picked the Truck Series team of Circle Bar Racing. All
That's
right.
not Billy Bass.
So this team, I want you to guess the final driver. All right. So this team has had a field of Tammy Joe Kirk in 1997, Greg Biffle in 2004, David Starr in 2007, Brendan Gaughan in 2008, and James Busher in 2009, along with Boris Said in 2005, who was the last and final driver for this team.
Out of it's those guys.
No, I'm saying who's the other driver? Who's the missing driver for Circle Bar Racing in the Truck Series?
Fuck, dude.
Is he with us right
What
now,
what
Chris?
year is it?
They ran from 1997 to 2010. Not the driver, but the team.
Yeah.
Actually, the driver did run from 1997 to 2010. Yes, they are currently with us, Case, in a certain way.
In a certain way. Daniel died.
No, Cason. Come on, for all the marbles.
Crawford.
It is Rick Crawford. Rick Crawford drove the number 14 car for truck for Circle Bar Racing from 1997 to 2010, except for one race in 2005 when he was ineligible. And Boris Said drove for them.
Why was he ineligible, Chris?
So
Genuinely don't know.
so you went by here's the team names and here are the drivers.
Yes.
All
And
right,
then guess the missing driver.
all right, I guess I'll try it that way too. This is uh from 92 to 06.
What series?
This is the Bush hang on. Bush series.
Okay.
We got Bobby Hamilton, Dennis Setzer, Hut Strickland, Mark Green, Casey Kane, Shane Neal, Casey Mears, and Mike Wallace, who's a missing driver on this list.
What's the team name?
It's Atkins Motorsports.
Ah,
This is from
You said Bobby
93
Hamilton Jr.?
to 06.
is it Jamie McMurray?
It is not Jamie McMurray.
Did you say Bobby
He drove for
Jr.?
Phoenix.
It's not Bobby Hamilton Jr.
How funny is this answer?
I think it's very funny.
Nah, fuck. Jimmy Spencer?
No. This guy has 2 wins? 2 other 3 wins on this team.
2 of their 3 career. Did they have wins in anything else?
No.
Oh, fuck.
This is the team total wins. I think they won 2 out of the team's 3 total wins.
Oh, so the team won 2, 3. They won 2.
Yeah.
What car was it? I'm trying to picture it in my head.
38.
Oh,
Jason Leffler?
No.
No, because that was a different car. Yeah.
no, but that is the Great Clips car, right?
It is not.
It's not the Great Clips car?
No, because the Great Clips was what?
It
What
this
car?
has to be the Grace Clips car, but
was
it's
that?
not that car.
Okay.
It's not
Yeah.
that
Is it-
era.
Hermie Sadler.
No, it is Elton Sawyer.
Oh.
You guys lose.
Should have got it.
Elliot Sadler.
Elton Sawyer from downtown.
Well, I was gonna say we could talk about Smiling Friends, but I think we ran over our allotted time and then some.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought we were
there's no
doing
way we're
our
about to
our
fix this, Chris.
our three Adult Swim shows that we liked.
Okay, yeah, we'll do our top three Adult Swim shows of all time, in our opinion. Jason.
Don't make me go first, Chris. I gotta go look at what they've all made.
Oh, brother. Joe.
All right. I'm gonna say the Brack Show.
Solid.
That's that's in my top three. I have a more of a wider one, but I'm gonna just limit it to three. But the Brack Show, Aqua Teen, and C Lab 2021.
No,
Um.
actually,
Honorable mention to Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Okay. Yeah. Um. So I'm gonna go with some honorable mentions first, Joe. Against Space Ghost. Um. I really like China, Illinois for a little bit there.
Did you?
I
I
did
couldn't
enjoy
stand.
China, Illinois.
I hated waking up and hearing "Welcome to China, Illinois."
So fucking sucked, but I enjoyed it. Uh.
Oh, I'm sorry, by the way. My bad. I'll cut that out in post.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I won't do that.
Um. Um. Shit. There's another one I'm thinking of. I did enjoy Moral Oral a little bit,
I hated Moral Oral.
but it was an odd show. Now for my real top three, which is the main ones I watch. Oh, by the way, I want to say when I was a kid, I liked Robot Chicken. As an adult, I go back and watch Robot Chicken, and it's probably the most vile
Yes,
series
I
of
agree.
it was super edgy, and the jokes do not land anymore.
I
Uh,
I remember buying one of the box sets, going like, "This show is so great." Then watching it years later, going like, "This show is awful."
yeah, genuinely. I mean, there's funny bits from the show, but overall, watch like you sit down and watch an episode. Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
Seth Green's
Uh,
a piece of shit.
Chris, not to cut you off there quick. That actually was gonna be my number three. It's not that the show itself is amazing. It's almost better if you just go on YouTube and look up like clip compilations. I've tried to watch the series itself because I'm like some of the like the clips you can see are some of the funnier clips I've seen in the show, but then it's like the show as a whole sucks.
Casey,
Yeah.
you sounded like me earlier today when I defended Volbeat. I said Volbeat's lyrics would be pretty good if it wasn't this.
Yeah, actually, Volbeat does have some really good guitar parts too, Joe. I I like a lot of parts of Volbeat, and then you get to him singing.
Yeah, if he wasn't doing that,
Yeah, and no, they actually would be a pretty solid band if he didn't sing. But
that's what you sound
digress.
like with Robot
Oh
Chicken.
yeah, basically. Yeah, no. If Robot Chicken had like 10 episodes ever, and it was just like their best stuff put together, it'd be a really good show. But
Yeah,
I digress. Chris, back to you.
yeah. I do want to say I don't even want to call this an honorable mention, but I would always wake up to it and somehow be invested in it. But I would never, ever, ever seek it out to watch it, and that's Metalocalypse.
Yeah,
It was
I
like
agree.
if it was on, like I enjoyed watching it, but it was like I don't want to watch more of this. Like one is good.
It was that Planet Piss guy and his voice. I'm like, this show's ruined every time I see him.
All right, well, on to my actual top three. Number three, I'm gonna go with Smiling Friends. Awesome show, loved it. Gone too soon. Rest in peace. Number two, Joe. I definitely think Joe does not like this show. It's gonna be Squidbillies.
I used to love watching Squidbillies.
Okay.
I used to love watching Squidbillies.
Okay, I'm actually kind of shocked. I fucking love Squidbillies. Every time Georgia plays Florida, I have the picture saved on my phone of Early Junior wearing the Gator Hater hat.
I always go back and watch when they hate the white guy, like Larry Bird and the Civil War. We would have lost that war if it wasn't for Pac-Man. It's just a picture of Pac-Man.
Oh no, but awesome show. I fucking love Squidbillies. Only unfortunate thing is you cannot find it anymore because the guy who voiced Early just went on a horrible Facebook rant, Kyle Larson level Facebook rant,
Ooh.
and so he got replaced by Tracy Morgan in the final season. So you can only find the season with Tracy Morgan on HBO, and other than that, you have to just get DVDs of it because it's nowhere to be found. Um, So I haven't seen Squidbillies in a while, but anyways, number one, all time great, Aqua Teen Hunger Force. This is like top three for me in shows of all time. I love this show. It's great.
I forgot one of my honorable mentions of Check It Out with Dr. Stephen Brule.
Oh yeah. Oh. Actually, I want to make a number four on this list, and that's the Eric Andre show.
I couldn't get into it, but I did
Oh,
like how they had Nick Hexium and 311 on for an episode.
Yeah, I have to say that I kind of forgot they were on. That was Adult Swim.
yeah.
I would say that might be my three, with Robot Chicken at four, just due to clip compilations versus shows. I will say they're kind of similar in a way to me though, because like I feel like watching full Eric Andre shows is kind of rough at times.
Yeah.
It's
See,
very, to me, episode to episode, skit to skit kind of.
I used to watch a lot of Eric Andre, like not when I was a kid, because like I was watching Aqua Teen when I was like fucking like 10, 11. Probably explains a lot. Um, but I watched Eric Andre when I got older, and it's still good. But I can agree with that. That is a valid opinion.
I remember being 10 years old and Adult Swim coming out, and I begged my mom if I could stay up and watch Adult Swim, and she said yes, and I had to watch it in the living room because I didn't have a TV.
Yeah.
And the first show that popped out was the Brack Show. And at the end of that 15 minutes, she just told me to go to bed because she didn't want to. She had that look in her eye like, what the hell was he watching?
See, Joe, my parents bought a DVD set of Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and it came with these stickers of characters. And I think it was the season with Bart Oates. So they'd only let me have the sticker of Bart Oates, and fuck, it was like something else. But they're like, you're not allowed to have the rest of these. I'm like, why not? Then I would go over to my buddy's house. He's like, you got to watch this show, and yeah, it all went downhill from there.
Well, to give my number two, number one, number two, go with Smiling Friends. Enjoyed it quite a bit. Sad to see it go. And number one, this is a show I enjoy quite a bit, revisit often, think it has pretty good staying ability, is The Boondocks.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Boondocks.
Oh fuck, it's a great show.
Oh,
I say that is probably my number one. Lot of great things in that show. Probably my favorite episodes are when it's oh god, who is it? Samuel Jackson and
Charlie
what's his
Murphy.
name? Yeah, Charlie Murphy.
They're in the car.
Yeah. Every time that they show up to do anything and it just goes sideways within 3 seconds.
I like how they asked them if they ever found any weapons of mass destruction. They go on this 3 minute tangent, and at the end, like, no, we didn't find nothing.
Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite shows ever. It's probably the most into anime I get because I know it kind of dabbles in anime at times.
That's American animation. It's not anime.
See, Cason, we get a pass.
And
Yes.
fuck, dude.
Joe.
My two of my favorite things about the Boondocks is how they made that one guy say, "Could borrow a French fry."
Oh,
They made him
Yes.
do that line over and over and over again. And they did the same thing. I know you guys don't really know like voice actors, but Rob Paulson, if you ever watched Animaniacs, he's Yakko. He's the art teacher. And just hearing Yakko as the art teacher just really throws it for me.
so I to kind of follow up on this, I have a question for you, Joe. Would you count Futurama as an Adult Swim show?
No, because it was on
Yeah.
Fox.
Well,
Yeah,
then
I say.
I can't add King of the Hill to my list for the like 5 unaired episodes that got aired on Adult Swim.
It doesn't. So it would count Family Guy too, because Adult Swim saved Family Guy and Futurama.
Yeah, I would if Futurama was able to be put on there, I'd put it on there. But I don't. I guess I don't personally.
I just wanted to know because I know you like Futurama, so
Yeah, I wouldn't count it.
Holy hell! You know what show? I just forgot this existed.
On Adult Swim.
Yes. Did you guys ever watch? I've only ever watched like an episode or two of it, the Mike Tyson one.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
oh, that's good.
I just looking through the list of things like, holy hell, I forgot that
I
existed.
forgot about the Mike Tyson mysteries.
Well, anything else?
I I have to look up the TV shows now.
Yeah, I'm going through a
I hated the Venture Brothers. Oh my god,
yeah.
that ran too long.
Um,
Ah, damn, dude.
it's
They
super.
were they even had like actual anime on here that I wouldn't even count as an Adult Swim show. Super Jail. I hated Super Jail.
It was okay. I didn't. Oh, guys, we're forgetting Rick and Morty.
I'm
Everyone's favorite TV show.
I liked
Uh,
it, and then after the second season, I kind of fell off of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was the same way, Joe. I loved it for the first like 2 seasons when it first like kind of came out. But I think it started going downhill late season 2, and then season 3 came around, and it was okay, and I really haven't watched it since then.
I liked Solar Opposites. I just didn't watch the last season. I think
Um,
I liked that way more than Rick and Morty.
I never watched Solar Opposites, but Rick and Morty was the season 2 ending the one where they put like they found like that tiny Earth to live on or whatever.
I think so.
That whenever that happened, that season finale, that's literally the last one I watched, and then
I think that was tiny season 2. I think I watched a little bit of season 3, and it was just kind of eh.
well, is that all we got? All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening. We will catch you next time.